This is the American town of New Salem. Its population is nothing special. It has a store in which a young boy is working. Working in a store is his only source of livelihood. He is busy doing his work in the store. A girl comes to a store to buy something. The girl's name is Anna Wagles. When the boy working in the store sees for the first time, he has fallen in love with her. He was none other than the future president of United States, Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln fell in love with this girl, but there was a problem. The girl also liked Abraham Lincoln, but she had already promised to marry someone else. Now, whenever this girl had to buy any goods, so she used to come to his store. She bought things and talked for hours. In the same way, time will pass and there will be love between two. But luck had something as in the store. At the same time, the typhoid epidemic was spreading in the United States. Anna also fell victim to the same epidemic, and fate snatched Anna from Abraham. Anna died and Abraham Lincoln was left alone. This made Abraham Lincoln very sad, and he wept bitterly. Abraham Lincoln had lost the test of his love and was feeling helpless. Luck did not favor him, but even in the first place, what kind of luck was kind to him? He has seen most of the failure in his life, but he also achieved something in the life that commanded him for the life. In the part 1, I told you how Abraham Lincoln became the successful leader and the president of United States, how he traveled from the failure to his success. Hi, I am Saad Umar and you are watching Geo LIbrary, and in today's video I am showing you the biography of Abraham Lincoln part 2. Abraham Lincoln had been struggling since childhood. Abraham Lincoln lived in a town, New Salem, which was located on the bank of the Sangamon River. Abraham Lincoln was born in 12 February 1809. He was only 9 years old while his mother died. He did not like his father had remarried. He was not well educated. He was just literate enough to read and write on his own. He could not speak English well, not good at maths either. He also read the Bible and Shakespeare himself, and he himself remembered them a little bit. If there was anything special about him that drew people to him, it was his dog. He has 6.4 feet height, which made him stand out in a crowd. He was living a simple life in a village. He was not well educated, so he did not have a job. That's why he worked at a store in his town, and that's where the money came from. Abraham Lincoln was a simple man. When he worked at the store, no one blamed him for his work. He never betrayed the trust. That's why people saw him as an honest man, and that's why he got the title of Honest Ape. He also felt that the people trust him, which was also true. His thinking was big. He wanted to do something for his people. That's why he decided to enter politics. It is about 1832 when he first came into the politics. Then what was to happen? He was honest, but he was not a successful man. That is why he is lost in election. And this was the period in which the Abraham Lincoln faced failure. When he failed in the election, it was a failure. Then it happened where he worked in the store owner died. The store was the only source of the livelihood. Now, while the store owner had died, because of this, Abraham Lincoln's work was over. Abraham Lincoln then became a lumberjack. He made money for selling wood from the forest. But after a while he quit. Then he became a postman. But he also gave up. Then he started surviving with the people who conduct the survey. But this did not happen. He also quit this job. Abraham Lincoln was 6.4 feet tall, so he took advantage of it and became a wrestler. But luck had to fail him even more. When he became a wrestler, he did not win any matches. He failed here too. He has seen many failures in his early life. It was a time in his life as he wandered around looking for a work. Because he was a resident of village, he lived mostly in the village and did the same thing. But once he goes to the city, he saw for the first time that white enslaved blacks. It was the first time he had seen blacks observed. Blacks were treated like animals. When he saw all this, he made a vow in his heart that he will give blacks the right to freedom. With this in mind, he re-entered politics. One thing was clear to him, that he needed money to enter politics. That's why he decided to leave his town and go to the city. He went to the Springfields, a city inhabited with his town. Here he started practicing law, and coming here he became famous. He came to city and married Mary Todd, a girl from a rich family. When he took part in politics and became a successful politician, he came into politics for the liberation of blacks. He believed that all the human beings are equal. He united the United States. How he defeated the rebels and saved the America from collapse, or all this story I have shown you in a part 1. The United States suffered a 5-year civil war. Every human being has a chance in life to prove that he is a successful person. Abraham Lincoln had seen most of failure in his life, but when life gave him a chance to prove himself, so he did not miss the opportunity and pursued himself. He ended the American Civil War. He was a only leader for his nation. His people liked him, but not all. There was also a group that wanted to kill him. People were also writing threatening letters to him, which he did not take seriously. And he put them all a big envelope and wrote the word assassination on it. He had many dreams in his life which the made come true. He wanted blacks to be free, and he helped them do that. He wanted the United States to be united, which he kept united. But once he had a dream. He dreamed that the President of United States is died, and he was the President of United States at the time. But he did not take his dream too seriously. And he remained calm in his life, because he had done everything he wanted to do in this life. But did he know that his dream he was seeing was going to come true? Abraham Lincoln had achieved all that he had set out to do in his life. It was a day like any other. He was feeling very charmed today. He did not have any meeting today. He just had to go to the theater in this evening. According to Abraham Lincoln, today was the best day of his life. He said that today is the happiest day of his life, and he was never been happier than today. When Abraham Lincoln went to the theater in the evening, his wife was with him. Major Henry and his wife were also with him. When he reached the seat, he was welcomed. It was the American famous Forbes Theater. A comedy was being played in this theater that day. The name of this play was Our American Cousin. Everyone was watching with great pleasure. Abraham Lincoln and his companion were sitting in the corner of the stage. A policeman was guarding the place. His name was John Parker. He forgot his duty and started watching the theater. The field was empty. The assassin had a chance to go and assassinate the president. As soon as he got this opportunity, he did not waste it. The killer had a knife and pistols. The president and everyone else were busy watching the play. The play was going on and everyone was happy to see it. Suddenly there was a sound of gunfire. The assassin shot the president. The bullet struck the president in the head, which came to the head behind the eye. He went into a coma on the spot. Major Henry tried to catch the killer, but he also attacked the Major Henry with his knife. Then he jumped on the stage and he came to the people and said, "This is what happens to the wrongdoers." People initially thought it was the part of play because the killer is none rather the actor John Mallex Booth himself was a killer. He failed after shooting the president and later caught. A team of doctors and others tried to save the Abraham Lincoln, but they failed. Abraham Lincoln was died in April 15, 1865. But Abraham Lincoln was one of the luckiest people that he had the opportunity to fulfill the purpose of his life, and he did it. Abraham Lincoln's enemies did not allow him to rest in the grave. Abraham Lincoln's grave were re-excavated 17 times. His loved one built a safe tomb for him. When Abraham Lincoln was buried to the last time, about 23 people confirmed that the Abraham Lincoln was in the grave. Because at that time it was rumored that Abraham Lincoln might not be in the grave. What you see on the screen is a tomb of Abraham Lincoln. You have seen the second part of Abraham Lincoln's biography in this video. If you want to see the first part of it, then click right. If you want to see the biography of Elon Musk, then click left.